welcome back to Punch Drunk ENT. You got your guy here with you, Mr. Swaggy No Aggie.
I'm just Dan.
And we are back with another reaction video, people.
Top 10 video games of 2020. According to WatchMojo, 2020 was a sad year for everything, video games included. Yeah, so many things getting pushed back, so many broken promises, Cyberpunk. But it happens, man. It happens.
Yes. So we're going to definitely get into it. But before we do,
make sure you guys subscribe to the video, like the video, turn your notifications on so you know when your boys are doing work.
Yes, sir. We are on the road to 1K subscribers, people.
Yes, check it out. Yes, let's get into it.
Welcome to WatchMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 best video games of 2020.
I heard this was a great game.
Yeah. I think it's a common game. Ooh.
Your eyes.
We're going to have our discussion on that, though.
What is a VR game? How do you put a VR game
For this list, we're looking at the best games that came out in 2020, wowing us with their graphics, gameplay, controls, story, and more. These were the games you absolutely needed to play. Which game is your game of the year? Let us know in the comments. Before we continue, we'll be doing a deep dive on this list's #1 entry over on Mojo Plays, so be sure to check it out once you've finished watching.
I saved her.
Number 10.
Tony Hawk,
yes. Pro Skater 1+2.
This was on my list too.
Yeah, see, there you go. Playing this again, it brought back great memories.
Yes.
So yes. Oh God.
Ever since the disasters that were Tony Hawk Ride and Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 5, it felt like we would never see the franchise return to its former glory. In comes Vicarious Visions with a remake of the first two games, and it blew everything out of the water. Every stage from Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and its sequel have been lovingly rebuilt with refined controls, exceptional detail, and tricks from across the entire series. The Create a Park feature and support for online multiplayer have had us getting together to show off our sick tricks, or make ourselves look like a jackass.
Walk it off.
Number 9. Marvel Spider-Man Miles Morales.
Okay. Definitely. Great game. Great game.
Short and sweet.
While the PS4 version isn't as well optimized as the PS5 version, Miles Morales offers plenty of thrill on both platforms. It was exciting to jump back into Insomniac's insanely fun combat system from the previous game, and some of the new mechanics made it even more thrilling. The addition of Venom powers offered a new risk-reward system, forcing players to decide whether to heal or unleash devastating attacks. Invisibility also allowed more flexibility for players who wanted more stealth segments. It may not be a Spider-Man 2, but this title was well worth our time.
Holy shit.
Tougher than I look, huh?
Number 8. Final Fantasy VII Remake.
You seek my approval, do you?
Yeah, this part was...
I should warn you.
Given how long this spent in development, it's hard to believe it finally came
out. A little
out.
overhyped
Final
for me.
Fantasy VII struck the hearts of many with its story, characters, and gameplay, and the remake manages to make it a fully realized experience, although it is only the first act of the original.
Alright, so that's my one problem right there. That's one of my problems.
Okay.
It's only Act 1.
And they just had an interview with some of the developers who said it's not coming anytime soon for part 2.
Hey, come on. Come on now. You know this was already a game that was overhyped for the past, I want to say almost
23 years? 23 or 26 years? It's something weird like that.
Yeah, it's been hyped a long time and everything. I think it went through almost 3 generations of PlayStation where it's supposed to come out. 3 generations of PlayStation, and they finally did PS4. It was so first of all, it had not even a quarter of a game done. So that's my first problem. My second problem is it's small, but the NPCs.
Yeah, a lot of background like textures not popping, not loading in. The faces look like PS3 faces. The main characters are fine. Yeah. But then, like you said, NPCs, like everything just looks dated. Like it's not.
Right.
It's not good.
Right. So that's my second problem. And my third problem, to me, and a lot of people might say I'm crazy for saying this, but the combat system was a little...
It's a lot to get because you have to micromanage your fighting at all times.
Right.
You're taking care of your character, you're switching in between, you're using a health item at the same time, you're using magic at the same time. So it gets kind of jumbled up a bit.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, you really have to think. And streaming and playing this game,
It's
oh
hard
god,
as
it's a whole
shit.
nother beast, man.
Yeah, it's hard as shit to stream and play the game. And I'm coming as he said, we're coming as more of the streamers and everything, trying to keep you guys engaged while still trying to micromanage. So,
Right.
You know, I would say top 10 though. Definitely won't say top 5, but yeah, I think 8 to probably.
Yeah.
I'll give y'all that.
The visuals are breathtaking. Characters have been redesigned in great detail without sacrificing their original look, and the new combat system is a fantastic way to introduce new fans to the series. And let's not forget the lovely music that took us back to 1997.
About that, we should talk outside.
Number 7, Demon Souls.
Alright, so they putting remakes. So you better have Resident Evil 3 on here.
That's how I feel.
If you have a PlayStation 5, this is the game to get on the platform. Not only is it a loving recreation of the 2009 title, it runs in dynamic 4K resolution at 60 frames per second. On top of that, the character customization boasts more options than the original, tons of new weapons and equipment, and a new fractured world mode to challenge our wits in a whole new way. Whether you're in for a new challenge or are just looking to revisit an old gem, Demon Souls is a must-have for PS5 owners.
8 months else on the damn system, so. It didn't kill.
Number 6, The Last of Us Part 2.
I thought this would be top 3.
Yeah.
I saved her.
This game proved to be divisive, thanks to pacing issues and key elements of the story. A lot of fans were dismayed at the fate of the characters and having to play long sessions of the game as antagonist/deuteragonist.
For the people not liking this game because of the half a section being Abby, you guys are crazy. To me, this is all opinion. This is all on me. I don't know what he's gonna say, but this is all for me. But you guys are crazy. Like, don't get me wrong. I love the fact as in the first game, you got the attachment to Joel and Ellie. But this was amazing how you can take something and flip it on its side.
Exactly. And it wasn't even a hard flip because the shit was there. You seen everything that Joel did in the first game.
Right.
And then taking it from another person's perspective, you kind of see like, oh yeah, this dude
is a piece of shit.
There's something wrong with this guy.
Yeah. To me, that makes the game amazing. It gives you that.
Yeah.
And it wasn't like Abby was corny to play with. Abby was great to play with.
It was if she would have had the same moveset and guns that Ellie did, I would have been pissed. But no, they switched it up. They gave her a different arsenal. She's more hand to hand, as she should be, as buff as she is. Look how big she is right there.
Yeah.
Like it felt better to play with her than it did with Ellie.
Yeah, it did. So it made this game what it was. Now the ending, you can kind of argue about the ending a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And the sex scene was, but it's, to me, it was what you wanted out of the game and everything. It took the first game, it gave you that, but then the second game, it made it a whole new game into a game, if it makes sense. And to me, I think this made like we played this and we was into the story.
I'm still playing. I told you I'm playing it again. I'm still playing it right like today.
Yeah. So listen, y'all, great job.
All I gotta say, game of the year. It won game of the year.
That's it. Y'all want to give it up a sip, but it won the game of the year, people.
Game of the year.
Think about it.
Abby. However, The Last of Us Part 2 does a lot right. The environments are immersive, stealth sections are much more tense, and the combat is unique and much richer. Just think back to how getting struck by an arrow disables your listen mode. It's an intense and grim story, one you'll need to be mentally prepared for. But it's also a compelling journey with polished and memorable gameplay.
Yep.
Don't laugh.
We actually found one of the what's the name?
Guitar. Yep. It's a bunch of them actually.
I'm trusting you.
I see somebody.
Number
playing.
5,
I get to it.
Half-Life Alyx.
Now this wasn't a full game, if I'm not mistaken. It was a VR type deal.
It's Half-Life. Right?
People just happy another Half-Life came out, kind of.
VR may still be a niche corner of the gaming industry and community, but one cannot ignore the technical marvel that is Half-Life Alyx. With highly detailed environments and a frame rate of 60 FPS, the game raised the bar for VR games. Not only that, it also succeeded in telling another compelling story with its focus on Alex and what occurred before Half-Life 2. Whether you're a longtime fan of the franchise or have never played a Half-Life game, you should absolutely pick this up if you have a compatible VR headset.
Okay, wait, my drone's okay, right?
Nope, it exploded. I'm fine, by the way.
Right, good.
You talking about the drones. Speaking of drones.
Number 4, Ghost of Tsushima.
You dirty bastards.
This was in my top 3,
Understandably, some people have begun to complain about open world fatigue. However, Ghost of Tsushima offers enough of a unique experience to make it one of 2020's best games.
It wasn't a boring open world, that's
force you
why.
to alter your stances, the story is compelling from start to finish, and the world is so beautiful that you may find yourself using photo mode more often. As if that wasn't enough, developer Sucker Punch Productions has added in a multiplayer mode called Legends.
Let me be clear about this. This is probably one of the best. He was probably one of the best bosses in the past 10 years for me.
Yes. Made him feel like a threat.
Yes.
Like an actual threat, man.
Yes. Not because he was just a brute. He was smart. He was cunning. Like the way he said, okay, join me. Come on, yeah, just join me. And then just like, okay, we try to be on some bullshit. Like, all right, I'm going to show you. You don't want to join me? This happens.
Exactly. Get down or lay down.
Hey, man. Beautiful
exactly
game, man. Great story. Nah, come on, WatchMojo.
I know. Any game that I'll play through and get the platinum trophy for.
I got platinum trophy for this?
I got this and Spider-Man. That was the only 2 I think I got this year.
Let's get it. We got to do the multiplayer on this. But again, our argument in the last video. Multiplayer is kind of killing a lot of...
I'm glad that they did this how they did GTA 5 when it came out. Single player first, release multiplayer later. Make people play your single player first, because if you put both of them out, most people go straight to the multiplayer.
Yeah, there it is.
Where you and your friends can fight together as samurai. Really, there's a lot of bang for your buck here.
That's how you gotta play it too. Japanese voices.
Number 3.
I hear this game is amazing.
Is this on?
It's on consoles.
These days, it feels like every
consoles, it
indie
might just be
studio
PC.
has their own roguelike, but Supergiant Games has evolved the formula with their newest game, Hades. Players will fight and dash their way through the underworld as they try to reach Olympus, receiving boons to give them additional effects to their abilities. What really makes Hades stand out, besides its art style, is how the game manages to avoid repetition and keep the story progressing. No matter how many times you die, characters have something new to say about your latest run or may comment on other characters you've encountered. Couple that with a diverse set of weapons, splendid voice acting, and fierce enemies, and it's no wonder why people are still talking about Hades.
Do not despair, child. Such setbacks are inevitable and may be overcome with effort and with time. You made contact with the goddess Athena.
Yes.
She shall be true to her word.
Number 2, Animal Crossing
People love
New
this
Horizons.
game, man.
It looks like it's a relaxing game.
Resident Evil ain't make the list.
What you think number 1 is?
No
if
idea.
it weren't for this game, we would have gone insane sitting at home during the pandemic. Even without real-world events, though,
came out in
Animal Crossing New Horizons is a
Warzone.
fantastic game on its own merits. It's
That's
more
gonna
of
be
the same
honorable
formula we've known and loved, but with more focus on
might
creating
be
your
number
own
1.
island paradise and attracting new residents. It's also been a marvel seeing how other folks online have been using their island, from recreating moments in pop culture to hosting game shows. We've clocked in so many hours rearranging our homes, terraforming, and visiting friends' islands, and we'd do it all again, just without the pandemic. Before we reveal the best game of 2020, here are some honorable mentions.
That's on
Doom Eternal. We ripped and teared until it was done.
There's like so much going on in this game.
Yeah.
Neo 2. If you like the first game, you'll love this one.
Okay.
I didn't like the first game, so I'm not playing this one.
Paper Mario, the Origami King.
People said this was garbage.
A perfect example of charming and creepy.
Origami.
Bloodstained, Curse of the Moon 2.
Never heard of
Igarashi continues showering Castlevania fans with love.
Oh, Castlevania.
Exorcist who will stop it.
But it's the same people that made Castlevania, not actual
Crash
Castlevania.
Bandicoot 4, It's About Time. Tough
Okay.
but fair, and it's good seeing the Bandicoot in the limelight
tough?
again. Before we continue,
Check that
be
out.
sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them.
2 and 3,
If you're on your phone, make sure to go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1, Cyberpunk 2077.
Oh my god!
Get out of here. I'll kill anyone who gets in my way.
It's taken over 8 years and
Yo,
an
read the
incredible
news,
amount of delays,
WatchMojo.
but 2020
But
was
you know what?
finally the
You
year
gotta-
we got
let's
our
talk about
hands
it.
on CD
Let's
Projekt's
talk about
most
it.
hot.
Go back a little bit. All right, so news-wise, yes, this game is glitchy and buggy as shit. Now, from people I talked to though that played this game, he said despite the bugs, despite the glitches,
Yeah.
the story's amazing. Like amazing.
But how the story, your decisions are supposed to matter. One of the glitches is it messed all that up. No matter what you did, the outcome of the story is still the same, where it's not supposed to be that way. So that was a lot of people's huge complaint. Just saying, man. I'm just saying. I stayed up on this. I didn't want to. I had to make sure before I spent money on this, I research everything.
Right.
And from every complaint to every positive comment, and it's just a handful of people who do it works fine for them. They say if you have a beast PC, it works fine. Consoles, even PS5s and Xboxes, it's still not. You're not 100% going to get a good experience.
I think for this to be number one is some bullshit.
Yes.
I think it should have been on the list. Probably could have been in. Like I said, I just heard the story was amazing.
This is a week ago. I don't know. They still ain't patched shit for the game, so I think y'all got paid off, WatchMojo.
Listen, man, for the hype, let's see what they got to say. I heard the story was amazing.
The anticipated game. Despite a good number of glitches contained in the launch version, Cyberpunk 2077 has no doubt wowed us with its excellent gameplay and story, all of which takes place in the incredibly immersive Night City. Seriously, the amount of detail that has gone into this game is absolutely staggering, and the huge variety of things to do means you won't be putting this game down for a long time. Plus, Keanu Reeves starring as Johnny Silverhand is that nice little cherry on top that we didn't know we needed.
And you're a maybe we'll fit together after all.
If you want to know why we chose our number one pick for this list, head over to Mojo Plays and watch our in-depth analysis of the entry.
I'm gonna do that.
Yeah.
I need to know why. Fuck with y'all on.
That's what it is, man. I think it was some snubs.
Yeah.
And I think there was some games on there, but I think that was probably like the biggest shock.
How can you put that on there when you do have Last of Us, Ghost of Tsushima, even Animal Crossing on your list? Games that came out so long ago and are still getting talked about to this day.
Yeah.
They still have a bigger
following.
I was like following. You can't say following.
Yeah.
But still, I don't get it.
I think I won't say they paid off, but I think for the fact that in the game was pushed back so long ago, and I can't even explain it and everything. Like I said, from people I talked to that played the game, said despite the glitches and all the bullshit, it's a great game. Like I understand we can research and everything, but as I said, like everything I heard, I saw.
Again, you get some people who they paid their money for that game. Cause I do this too with some games I buy. It can be a shitty game. I'm gonna play the game, and I'm gonna convince myself I love it. So there are people like that, man.
That's true.
There are people like that.
I just don't think
who won't have the balls to say, "Oh, I fucked up and wasted money."
Yeah.
You have people like that.
Yeah, that's true. One thing about it is, I will say, it shouldn't have been number one to me. I think it's that new hype. You know how you buy, like, let's say you buy a new pair of sneakers and everything when it first come out, so you all hyped about it and everything. But then the more you really look at the sneaker on your feet, you're like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I think that's what they did.
My opinion is my opinion. I have not played Cyberpunk, so my opinion really does not hold any water. I'm just saying from where the research I've done, stuff I've seen from not only just companies reviewing the game, but actual people and players, consumers.
And like I said, if you guys, like I said, this is why we had the comment section. If you guys think we are crazy for saying what we're saying, if you guys think that we should play this game,
if you think playing it will change my opinion, let me know.
There you go, man.
I am gonna play it, but I'm not at its current state.
Hey, there you go, man. So that was the top 10 games, as you guys see. Controversy, but we love controversy. We love talk about games. This is something that we do. We are streamers.
Yes.
But with all that being said,
make sure you guys click in the description for the original video, as well as the streamer links to follow everything P.D.E. from our Facebook gaming page, where you see some of these games that was on the list that we played. We get into it. Heavy. How many of those games in that list that we played?
Okay, so on that list, we played Ghost of Tsushima, we played
Miles Morales,
we played
Final Fantasy,
we played Last of Us.
Okay.
So 5 out of 10. Right. It's crazy because the 5 that we just named will probably be on our top 5 games.
Yes.
We probably just have a different
Tony Hawk
order.
Too.
Oh yeah, Tony Hawk. Yeah, played a little bit of it.
Yeah. Also check out our Patreon. We got 3 tiers on there. See what tier fits you most.
Yes.
What rewards? I want to say what treats.
Treats, rewards, it's everything. As I say, it's a lot of treats and rewards with that. You guys, hey, get your perks and you get special offers as well.
Like offers on our merch over at geeksunleashed.com. Make sure you guys check it out. Get that merch on your body.
Yes. So with all that being said, thank you guys for watching. As I said, the comment section is open.
Yes.
Let us know. With all that being said, this is Mr. Swaggy No Aggie.
Resident Evil got robbed.
Oh, that's definitely one.
I'm out on that. I ain't giving no outro. I'm mad. We out.
Punch truck, you too.